Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. I have 2 spaghetti squash left from last growing season. So I'm gonna take you with me into the kitchen and show you how to roast a spaghetti squash and use it as a meal. So let's go. We are going to take our spaghetti squash in a very sharp knife and you're just gonna cut it long ways. And just be very careful because sometimes they can be very hard to cut through. And turn it around and cut the other side. And then whenever you open them up, you've got all the seeds and the pulp that's inside that needs to come out. Take a spoon and just scrape the inside out until you remove all of the seeds and the stringy bits inside. Once these are scraped out, then you're going to want to take some oil. I use olive oil and just put a light coating on both halves. You're going to set your oven to 400 degrees and preheat that. And then you're going to flip these upside down on a baking sheet to cook. You're going to cook these for about 40 minutes to 60 minutes, depending. Check it after 40 and it should be fork tender that you should be able to just stick your fork in and pull it right up. Use whatever oil you have. And I always use one of these brushes to brush the oil on. And I'll put about a teaspoon, maybe a little more in the bottom of each one. And then take your brush and then just go all through the inside and around the outer aspect of your spaghetti squash. I will be using a bigger tray. You can put parchment paper, foil on this. I'm not because I don't want to waste it. So you just turn them upside down. Just like that. Then you're going to bake them in the oven like this for at least 40 to 60 minutes. Start checking it after 40 minutes. And if you can put a fork through it and it's very soft, then it's done and able to come out of the oven. These just came out of the oven and you can see I can take a sharp knife and just go right straight down in it. No problems at all. That's how you know that they are done. Take a spatula and flip them over so that way they can cool off and you can handle them better. In the meantime, you're going to want to get your meat sauce ready to go on top of this. To our skillet, we are going to add some oil, just a little bit. Let that heat up, and then we're just going to add a handful of onions straight out of the garden. Add just a little bit of minced garlic. We're next going to add mushrooms. And then we're going to add in our meat. We're using chorizo, which is a sausage. You want to cook the chorizo the whole way through. And then if there's any extra grease, you want to drain that off. Once these are cool enough to handle, get yourself a big wide spoon. And then start pulling all of these spaghetti squash away from the skin. And then that's what it'll look like. We're going to take some Pam and spray in the bottom of our pan. This is just a 9-inch pan. And then we're going to put in our spaghetti squash all on the bottom of this pan. Once they are scraped out, these skins can be put in your compost. And then you can take your chorizo and put it right over top of your spaghetti squash. Now, keep in mind you want to keep your oven on at about 350. Then get yourself a bag of some mozzarella cheese or whatever type of cheese you prefer and sprinkle that over the top. Then this will go into the oven for about 10-15 minutes, just enough to melt the cheese through. This is what our finished product looks like. You could add spaghetti sauce to this if you wanted to make it more of like a pasta dish, but we're sticking just with the chorizo and the squash with cheese on top. So give it a try. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and have a great day.